Here's a brief history of how a humble village on a scrubby hilltop became the holy city that provoked centuries of dispute. Jerusalem has been captured and recaptured at least 20 times. It's been claimed by about as many countries and empires. 3000 to 2500 BC, the city on the hills, separating the fertile Mediterranean coastline of present-day Israel from the arid deserts of Arabia, was first settled by pagan tribes in what was later known as the land of Canaan. The Bible says the last Canaanites to rule the city were the Jebusites. 1000 BC, according to archaeological evidence, King David conquered the city. He was warned that even the blind and the lame can ward you off, the Bible says. He named his conquest the City of David, and made it the capital of his new realm. 960 BC, David's son Solomon built the first Jewish temple. The Bible says the Israelites also fought many wars against another Canaanite tribe called the Philistines, who lived along the southern coastline. 721 BC, Assyrians conquered part of the land of Israel called Samaria, and Jewish refugees fled to Jerusalem, causing the city to expand. 701 BC, Assyrian ruler Sennacherib laid siege to Jerusalem. 586 BC, Babylonian troops occupied the city, destroying the temple and exiling many Jews. 539 BC, Persian King Cyrus the Great conquered the Babylonian Empire, including Jerusalem. 516 BC, King Cyrus allowed Jews to return to Jerusalem to rebuild. The Jews built the Second Temple. 445–425 BC, Nehemiah the prophet rebuilt the walls of the city. 332 BC, Alexander the Great of Macedonia took control. After his death, his empire was divided into four, including the Seleucid Empire that contained the land of Israel and their ancient enemies, the Philistines. Palestine. 160–167 BC, the Jews' Maccabean revolt launched against the Seleucid Empire, and Greek influence eventually returned the city to Jewish control. The Jewish holiday of Hanukkah celebrates the purification of the Second Temple after the Maccabees reconquered the city.
Only about
141
25
BC,
miles
the
long and
Hasmonean
7 miles
dynasty
wide,
Jewish
but
rulers
this small
began,
strip of
and
land
the city
is one of the
grew.
most fought over in
63
history.
BC, Roman general
It was
Pompey
an Egyptian
captured
base, a
Jerusalem.
royal city for the
37
Philistines,
BC,
and the place
Roman
where the
client
Hebrew
King
hero
Herod
Samson,
renovated the
betrayed by
Second Temple
Delilah,
and
met
added
his death.
retaining walls, one of which remains today, and is called the Western Wall, or the Wailing Wall by Jews. 37 BC, Roman client King Herod renovated the Second Temple and added retaining walls, one of which remains today, and is called the Western Wall, or the Wailing Wall by Jews. 38. Jesus was crucified by the Roman soldiers. 70 during another Jewish revolt, the Romans destroy their temple and exile many Jews. 135 The Romans rebuild Jerusalem as a city of their own. 335 Roman Emperor Constantine built the Church of the Holy Sepulchre over the spot where Jesus was said to have been buried, and to have risen from the dead. 614 The Persians capture Jerusalem. 6–9 Byzantine Christians recapture Jerusalem. 632 Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, died and was said to ascend to heaven from a rock in the center of where the Jewish temple used to be. 637 Caliph Omar entered the city to accept the surrender of its Byzantine ruler, the Patriarch Sophronius. 1948 The State of Israel is established, dividing the city between Israel and Jordan. 691 The Muslim shrine known as Haram al-Sharif, or the Dome of the Rock, was built around that spot where Muhammad was said to have risen to heaven, remains there today. 1099–1187 Christian crusaders occupied Jerusalem, claiming it as a major religious site. 1187 Saladin captures Jerusalem from the Crusaders. 1229–1244 Crusaders recapture Jerusalem twice. 1250 Muslim rulers dismantle the walls of the city. 1517 The Ottoman Empire captures Jerusalem and Suleiman the Magnificent rebuilds the walls from 1538 to 1541. 1917 The British capture Jerusalem in World War I. 1967 Israel captures East Jerusalem and immediately annexed it, granting Arab, Palestinian residents permanent resident status, but not citizenship.